Yes, y'all. Welcome to another episode, Stuck in the Middle. We here live in the studio.
Yeah.
I'm Sir Hans.
AK.
Today, man, we have a family of hustle. My bad. Yeah, man. AK, man, do us the honors.
Hey, today, like Sir Hans said, we have a family of serial entrepreneurs. From my right, we got Bella. Center, we got Tita. And all the way to the extreme left, we got Leke. And they are the Fontavas. Welcome to the bar.
Thanks. Thanks for having us.
No doubts, no. How y'all feeling?
Good.
Yeah?
Pretty good. First time ever doing something like this. So
I know.
exciting also.
No doubts, no doubts. Yo,
Okay.
starting from the left with you, Leke, could you introduce yourself? What you do?
I'm like right now I'm just doing whatever. Yeah, I'm just like doing whatever.
What is whatever?
Whatever is whatever, to get that bills, But I've been doing a lot of just videos, graphic design, just anything art sport. I like to skate a lot, more longboard kind of, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Tita.
And my name is Tita. I also do graphic designing. Have my own brand that I'm working on. Do sports. I play soccer. Referee soccer on the side during the weekends. Make music also. And also kind of doing whatever, Right now it's like, you gotta test new waters. You gotta try to find
this is the age that you gotta like try things, see what sticks.
Yeah.
And I'm Belle, and I don't do whatever.
It's not hip like that.
Well, I do hair. I design bow ties for men, custom made. I do a lot of other designing for like skirts. When some people, they have like their t-shirt and they want to add fabric to it, so I do that. Not more of like in a professional way, but like I put hard work in what I do, and I make sure that if somebody should see it out there, it's more presentable, because at the end of the day, when they're gonna ask you, hey, where did you get your t-shirt from? You're gonna call my name, and I don't want my name to be out there with something that was messed up. So, yeah, I pretty much work at home, and I do have my regular job, but this is like my side hustle.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So what makes you guys, what prompted you guys to say, entrepreneur is a thing, this is what we want to do despite your what's the word I'm looking for? Background, your vibe, like for you, for example, right? You like to design, you like music, you like creating bow ties. Like, how did you come about that?
For me, honestly, I just started doing stuff that I like. I wasn't really thinking about, I'm going to maybe produce a brand or something. So it was just more, that's why it's called like, because I'm and then it's what I like. So I just started making things that I like. And then people started wanting some of the stuff that I liked. And I think the moment it clicked on my head was like when I made a first sale on like a longboard. I did like a custom longboard for my friend, and like the amount of money that they were willing to pay for something like that, I was like, oh my god, somebody actually like is feeling this. And like the best thing about making it is there's so much joy. I think my greatest part is for somebody to give me something and just let me use my own imagination and just do your thing on it. Like, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go free spirit wise. I think with art, the more I try to like control it and like be specific to it, it doesn't come as like if I'm just like, just let it be and just let it flow as it is. So honestly, that's how it started. It just started with me doing what I liked, and then I was fortunate and lucky to have people like it more. So
I mean, for most people who are out there, I mean, yet the other day I was having a debate with one of my friends. You know, he had a longboard, and I said, "Dude, I didn't know you skateboard." He said, "No, it's not a skateboard.
yeah,
it's a longboard."
oh no.
And I'm
It's
saying, I'm
huge.
like, "Dude, what's the
No,
difference?"
do
You know
not,
what I
do
mean?
not diss
What is the
someone.
difference?
Yeah, I
This is like the whole Nigeria rice thing, whatever, Ghana rice and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was gonna hold on to that question because I'm like, yo, we don't live in Southern California, like
yeah,
to
exactly.
be longboarding, skateboarding,
Yeah,
or
that's
whatnot.
also the thing too. It's like I'm African doing all this. Some people kind of say you're acting white. I'm like, it's different, you know. It's different. Like I don't care what you say. Like I like it. It's different. It's not It's not the culture in which I grew up in. It's just like a way for me to express myself. And I like doing things that are different. Not so much you're black. You're supposed to like this kind of music. You're supposed to be this. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that because like that's what you're expecting from me. So no, I don't mind. I like skating. I like longboarding. I feel it. So
Very free
Yeah.
spirited, you know. She
You
just
just- you got to do what you got to do.
Free spirit,
Yeah.
like the skaters, Dogtown, very free
Oh,
spirited.
it's
and
honestly, it's something you have to love it to do
Mm-hmm.
it because it's really hard and stuff
Yeah, I
like
remember
that.
when she started. She bruised her face. I was just like, oh my goodness, I don't even understand.
what was your mother saying? Like,
Oh, my mom
My
trashed
mom-
my skateboard. She trashed it.
Like,
and those things are expensive.
Yeah. Oh my
No,
God, she
but
trashed
then
it.
I
But
can't blame her because I see a lot of my mom and my dad in her because I see her in the backyard like drilling stuff and putting stuff together, and I'm just like, yo, that is such my dad. That's like my dad. And then she'll be the one that's like playing the soccer and getting herself all worked up and stuff like that. And that's my mom. She used to ride motorcycle, but then when she yelled at us, I'm just like, dude, like, have you seen yourself? Like, really, this is all coming from you. But pretty much, my parents are like entrepreneurs of their own. My dad, he loves to create stuff. My mom, she loves to create stuff. She draws and she do like the embroidery with her machine. Pretty much, she brought her machine from Cameroon. She brought it in her bag.
Her sewing machine.
Yeah, she
was
brought
like,
her
"Wow,
sewing
I get a new
machine.
one." She brought
Like,
her very
no.
own machine.
Because she was
back
like,
home.
we'll go for America. They don't get that my machine, so I get to bring my machine. So she pretty much took her machine, put it in a box, and we brought it over here. So it's like one of those olden days type of machine, the Singer, that you have to pedal it. Meanwhile, the ones that I have, I just put my leg and then it goes and then it just sews. But this one, you have to actually put work into it.
Like constantly tapping.
Yes, you have to
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
pedaling, and
Yeah.
like it's like pedaling
your foot.
and moving your arms together. So it's like one of those things, you're hitting your stomach and you're rubbing your head. So I tried doing that, it wasn't working, but I mean, when something is in your blood, it's in your blood.
Yeah.
Like you can run away from it. I mean, I went to school doing all kind of things, but then I always end up doing something for myself, trying to sew, trying to do hair, and I was just like, yo, I don't even understand why I'm doing this. You know, you're going to school for something else, meanwhile your heart is in something else. And I pretty much see it as it's like this African thing that your parents want you to be a nurse. But then I honestly feel like if parents should spend more time talking to the kids and trying to find out what they actually do like, then I feel like a lot of kids are not going to be lost in school, because you will be in school taking 10 to 20 classes just back to back to back, and your heart is not into it. Mm-hmm. But then there's something else that you want to do that, for me, creating stuff and doing something I love, I don't look at it as work. I look
So,
at it as
I mean,
pretty
saying-
much fun.
Saying all that, have you tried, talking to them about that concern?
Have you tried talking to your parents about
I
what they
mean-
believe? Like, seriously? I mean, in their head, it's just like, my mom, she's pretty much open to, like, whatever you bring. She would just be like, as long as you love it, good. My dad, he's very strict. He's more into, no, that is not where the money is from. So you do this. So yeah, I mean, but then I understand where he's coming from, because every parent wants the best for their own child. But what is the best for your child? You know,
That's the online factor in everything.
I
you know?
mean, they look at them. They create stuff. I feel like if we all could just work together, we'll be somewhere big. Because my dad, he is more like, his brain, he doesn't sleep.
So
his
he's the creator.
Yes.
So Leke gets, that creative aspect from him.
Honestly, the whole Fontava thing, that's not, we don't have the same last name as our parents.
Yeah.
So my dad basically created Fontava to be, because he's from like the whole palace thing, like with the
Our
big
family is
family
big.
and everything. So his last name is actually Fontam, but he created
He combined his first,
Fontava.
middle, and last name
Yeah,
to
from
make
all his
our
names.
last name. So.
Yeah, so he always had a vision for it to be bigger, because growing up in Kumba, he opened up a nightclub. It was the Fontava nightclub.
If anybody
And
know
then-
Kumba Fiango,
Yeah.
there was
Yeah.
Fontava nightclub.
And then he went to
Fontava
his
bakery
village.
and everything.
Yeah, he went to his
Wow.
village that didn't have like bread supplies because they had to go far away. So he opened up a bakery. He started from scratch. He made the plates, made everything, and then he started producing the bread. And so, like, honestly, if I am to carry anything, I really want to like make Fontava as big as he envisioned it to be. Yeah, most
Yeah.
definitely.
So that's what I was gonna add on to like your question, like what made us start doing like what we're doing. We just kind of grew up in it, like subconsciously, like seeing what our parents, or what my dad was doing and what my mom was doing, and like not really thinking much of it. But as we got older, it's kind of like we kind of saw what they were trying to do and like provide. So we took it upon ourselves to continue doing what they started. So we just started doing our own little things in our own little way in whatever field we're good at. So it just kind of happened. We never really sat down and like, let's do this. Like, as we just kind of like picked it up. It just kind of came out of nowhere.
Because I do my own stuff. She does her own stuff. He does his own stuff. And then when one day I was sitting down and I was looking, I was like, yo, we're doing all of us were doing the same thing. But then it's like everybody else, like they have their own little brand. Like they have their own vision in what they want to do. So it's just like the name Fontava, because a lot of people, where did you get the name? You're African. Like, what is Fontava?
Yeah, people say
Like,
it sounds Spanish.
yeah, like I don't get it. Like, is that
Sounds
really your last
Italian
name? I'm
or
like,
something,
yeah,
like-
Fontava is my last name. Fontem Tafua Valentine.
So Fontava.
That's where the Fontava came out from.
Gotcha.
So,
So do you
it's-
guys sit and actually talk about, business? Do you sit and see like something he's doing, you feel like he could do better
Oh,
if
yes.
he turns this way? Do you guys talk
Oh,
about that?
Every time we go to her house, like when all three of us sit together, like we always bring it up. Like we always talk about something.
Yeah.
Take us through a process like that.
Honestly, my thing is when I'm in the computer and I come up with like something I think is sick, I'll just Snapchat it to them, and it's just like you feed more from the this thing. Like my sister will be like,
Reaction.
"Oh my god, I love it," and then you're like, "Okay, this is something." It comes to reality to me. I like it more when I know like they're feeling it or something. It's just it makes you want like do something else better. Like I don't care if somebody else doesn't like it, but if they like it, that just gets me going and going and going. So getting your feedback really is something that really like makes me want to get better in something, because they're always
So at some point, do you think that, because they are siblings, they're compelled to tell you that what you're doing is good?
Yeah, I was just about to
no,
ask.
no.
hell no.
I know my sister would tell me.
Hell no, she know me.
Honest feedback, like if something
Oh,
is
she
off, like I made a shirt once, and like the design I did, like I hand drew it, and like the lines and everything was not like on point. Like so, I showed it. When I was looking at it, I liked it. I loved it. I was like, man, this is awesome. And I showed it. They're like, nah.
We're not trying to set each other
All
off.
structure
Like,
was just
seriously.
out of. They're like, nah.
Oh,
And then
I mean,
was
like,
alright, scratch,
I have to
start
be
it
honest
fresh,
with them.
You know?
I have to be, because if I'm just doing like, oh yeah, man, like then they're just gonna be creating nonsense and bringing it out.
Right.
Because I mean, if you look at something, I'll give her my feedback. Like, okay, you did this. How about you add this, or how about you add this? But then there's certain times that she'll disagree with me. It's like, no, I mean, I have a vision for what I want. So this is exactly what I want. I wasn't trying to do this, but I was trying to do this. Because it's like, okay, I see this, everybody's doing this stuff. I'm like, how about you put like a little star here and there? And she was like, nah. I mean, I thought about it, but this is my vision and this is what I want. So I'm going to stick to it. So, I mean, I'm totally honest with them when it comes to, I'm the big sister. I mean, sometimes I know I frustrate her because she would just be like, oh my goodness, Belle, like seriously. And I'm just like, I'm just saying, you didn't come to me for me to come and tell you nonsense, you know. You came to me to get my opinion. I'm gonna give you your opinion. And I have a couple of friends that, you know, if the thing is bad, they're gonna tell you it's bad. Like my two girls, like when they come to my house, apart from them, I also have like my some friends too who support, you know, because starting with this bow tie, it wasn't like, how will I put it?
It wasn't something that you were doing to actually make.
I mean, I made a bow tie for myself and I wore it, and somebody was like, "Yo, that's sick," you know. Can you make me one? I'll pay for it. And I was like, okay, shoot, let me make you one. So I did make one, and then a lot of people started asking about it, you know. And then everybody was just like, yeah, let's do this, the bow tie movement. And I was just like, okay, fine, let's do this. So I started that, but then I guess like certain people, they thought it was going to go
out of style.
Not out of style, but like they had high hopes for like, okay, this is good, this is in season. It was like right around where bow ties just came out to be in fashion. You know, everybody was like hype about it and all that stuff. But then I'll say I was just starting. I have no idea I didn't really look into how to make a bow tie and all that stuff. I just, because the way I create stuff is like, I'll look at your hat and then I'll kind of figure out, okay, this is like this, and then in my head, I create a pattern, and then I use it, and then I make it. So I look at the bow tie, and then I saw what I saw, and then I produced it. It wasn't as great as what I have right now, because what I have right now, I've put in much more work into it, and I feel like my bow ties right now from where I started is way 10 times, 100 times better. Like, every day I try to learn something new.
Right.
Because when I started, it was like the straps behind it, it wasn't as great. But now I do like the adjustable. Because if I want to sell you a bow tie, you know, your neck is different from his neck. So I have to look for something that would, if I go anywhere, you can buy it and he can buy it. Because it's like, it's for everybody.
Right.
Yes. So I started looking how to get my stuff, not just limit myself to like, okay, medium, large, or
extra large.
So I did it like one size, all size, one size fit all.
Oh, yeah.
So that was how like I started getting stuff together. I mean, they'll come, they'll look at my stuff and be like, yo, Belle, I think you should do this, I think you should do that. My two girls, when we have a fashion show, they'll come to my house. My friend Ariel and Yadama, they will come to my house and they will sit down and I'll put them to work. So they're ironing or somebody is folding or this one is doing this. So it's like, it's good to have people. So it's
not just, you guys are just sitting, you know, having fun.
Yeah, we're talking.
You're talking, but actually being productive.
Yeah, like maybe watching a movie, but creating stuff. So you don't even think, by the time you want to notice, because making a bow tie is, if you're making it the right way, it can be so frustrating because it's just like, it's so tiny. And you know, when you're working with something so tiny, you have to be very careful where the line goes, how to fold it. Like, it has to be a certain size. And sometimes I'm just like, yo, I can't do this.
I noticed that, you know, most of you, I mean, I'm not sure if it's all of them, but I'll say most of them are just, you know, they come already, you know, ready to wear. Yeah. So do you make bow ties where, you know, bow ties for grown-ups where, you know, they have to sit
the self-tied ones?
Self-tied one.
Yeah, I do make the self-tied ones, but I do it upon request.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yes, like, because I stopped making bow ties as much because when I started, I was just so excited. And I just made a bunch of bow ties, and I was stuck in my house with, like, bow ties all over the place. But now it's like, I have a couple that I leave there just to show samples to to people, but then now it's like custom made because you want this fabric. You want a brown bow tie. I don't have brown. I have colorful ones. So you bring your fabric, or I go and get the fabric, and then I make it out for you and come up. You say, okay, this is because there's so many different styles of bow ties. There's the one that comes in like it's like the butterfly bow ties. So it's like the V and it's long down like this. And then there's the one that is just the basic one.
Right.
And then there's so many different styles. So I show you everything that I have, and then I'll tell you which one do you like, which design do you like. You say, okay, here's my fabric. I want this design. Then I make it.
How much is your an average price for a bow tie?
$10.
$10.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad. Let's switch spaces a little bit.
Yes.
Let's speak about. Let's talk about music. What got you into music, and what genre are you currently, releasing?
I mean, nothing really ever got me into music. I just grew up listening to music, like, as a little kid. I started off listening to, like, Makossa music, like African music. But then when my dad came to the United States, I moved in with my aunt, and they were more, like, Western culture, and that's when I got introduced to, like, hip-hop and rap, and I liked it. When I came here, I started listening to rap all the times on the radio, on the bus, going to school. And then my favorite rapper at the time was Lil Wayne. So, like, Lil Wayne he was just that rapper that everybody had on the song, and he was just killing everything. So, like, it made me like rap even more. So one day I was just chilling with some friends, like, hanging out, and he was like, "Yo, I got some instrumentals. Like, you guys want to rap?" And it was like 4 of us in the car, and we were just like, man, like, I don't know. Like, I was like, man, I rap sometimes in my house, but, like, it's just when I'm by myself. It's like, man, we boys, man, come on, like, let's just, kick a freestyle or whatever. So we just started rapping, and then from then, like, people, like, they were like, "Yo, Tita, you were good." Like, when I rap, like, and in my head too, I was like, that was actually good. Like, I surprised myself. Like, I didn't know. So, and then it got to the point where when we chill with other people, like, would rap, like, they would rap, and then, like, I kept hearing from people, like, that wasn't bad. So, like, I just kept doing it more and more, and then I was like, at the time, I never really took it seriously, but, like, I like, the environment and, like, the whole aspect of making music. And as I got older, I started thinking more of, like, taking it seriously on, like a career path. But you live and you learn. Like, when you start doing something, like she said, she made a lot of bow ties, and, like, she just had a whole bunch of them sitting in the house. So, like, you come to a field, and, like, you're not really aware of, like, the industry and how things work. So you might start off, with a goal in your head or in your mind, or, like, some kind of expectation that if it's not met, like, at a certain time that maybe you were thinking, it might bring you down. But as you grow, like, you learn, and, like, you make changes and you start doing things differently. So with the music thing, I'm, like, definitely networking, trying to meet more people that are into music, and, like, trying to do it differently than the way I was doing it before, and just meet new people. And like, as far as genre wise, I like rap and hip hop, but making music, like, I just want to make good music. Like, if it's rap, like, if it's R&B, or even, like, country or something. I mean, I can't sing the country accent, I can't do it, but, like, it's like poetry. It's like it's what you're telling your audience. Like, I like conscious music. Like, I like to make and work with people that do, like, music that has a message in it. Like that. Somebody can sit there and listen to it and be like, all right, that man is talking about something. That girl is talking about something. She's singing, and, like, like, it's like conscious music. It has a meaning behind it. So, like, I like to make music of that nature.
Who are you currently feeling right now?
Right now, man. Honestly, like, I've always been a Wayne fan, but, like, growing up, like, he's changed. Like, right now, like, his style has changed, but he's still my favorite rapper. But right now, like, I would have to go with, like Future. Like, I like Drake a lot. He's good. He makes good music. Also Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole. Like I like this type of music. Future, like he's more like he makes more consistent music and he puts it out there, and like I just like that trap kind of music, that vibe and everything.
Gotcha.
So let me ask you, because I've seen kind of like a trend. So now you say your father, will he say Lil Wayne is to blame for your hairstyle?
Nah, you see, every African, not every, but most African parents, like they wouldn't, or I wouldn't say Lil Wayne, they wouldn't blame a specific person, or they would just, I think they would just.
No, I'm asking because you say Lil Wayne, like I'm sure Lil Wayne influenced you a lot.
He loves Lucky Dube, and he has.
Oh, okay.
And like growing up listening to Lucky Dube, like reggae when I was little, like that also got me into music, like and that's another genre of music that is nice that I like to listen to sometimes is reggae, like so.
So Bella, what happened?
Oh no. I can't. Like I like to change my hair every 2 weeks, and I can't just with the dreads. Nah. No. I'm never gonna get dreads.
Why not?
Because it's just. I just feel like. I mean,
she
people.
feels like it's like you get stuck with just one
Yeah.
thing. She's
I mean,
sexist.
you see how long this is? How can I put my wig under this? Like,
I
need my wig. No,
this is all real.
I
by
need
the
my
way,
curly
everybody.
hair. I
It's
need
all
my
Wow.
natural hair.
How long?
Like, I can't.
like 7 years.
Sometimes I just want to be
Started
short.
going in, like 2010. Like that's when like we met like around 2010. Right. Yeah.
His hair is too long and too like we do have thick hair, and yeah, I can't. They're the ones they can stay with the dreads. I mean, my other brother too. They're all dreadhead. The youngest one, he just started dreads too.
Yeah, I
I'm
call
like,
him Young
oh my
21
goodness.
Savage.
He texted me. He was like, "Yo, can you please come twist my hair?" I was like, "Oh my goodness, you're about to be dread too." So I'm gonna be like the only one. Wow.
I mean, but you the big sister, so you the head of the pack.
Okay.
She said, okay.
Yeah, no, mine's are synthetic because I haven't gone out yet because I do like to change. Like I haven't committed in yet. I have not committed in yet to the dreads. So I still like my natural hair just to like do different things. So that's the only reason why I haven't like. Yeah, so every now and then I will switch it up, but I am not yet committed to like lock it in.
No, it took me a while to do it because like in high school, like I had plaits. It wasn't like dreads, but like got to the point where I'm like, no, I'm just gonna dread it up.
Yeah, I remember those times when it was like a phase. Everybody wanted dreads, Especially when that Nuck If You Buck came on. Everybody just wanted to do go to the club, shaking my dreads and whatnot.
It's like at that stage that you can't shake it. It's just standing there and you're doing this.
Stage, right.
All right, here in Stuck in the Middle, right? We like to showcase the movers and shakers in the community, right? And to us, you guys are doing something, to benefit yourselves and the community as well. So when we started Stuck in the Middle, we had certain difficulties along the way, and anybody who was starting something from scratch knows, the difficulties, that it takes to get whatever it is you're creating from point A to point B. So could each and every one of you speak on a moment when, you face so much difficulties trying to, put your ideas out or trying to get people to follow your movements? And how did you solve that, situation?
Who wants to go first?
I guess Bell's going.
Well, I'll talk more about like doing hair because I do hair. And there was this one point that a friend of mine hit me up saying, "Yo, I feel like people will come more to you if you reduce your price." And this is somebody that this is somebody that I've not really paid for my service. Like, I've always done it for you for free. For you to come up to me to say something like that, or for you to say actually, they didn't say it to me. They said it to somebody, and the person came and told me, like, yo, Bella, somebody said, like, if you reduce your price, you will have more customers. And mind you, my price is not like what I see other people pricing, because I just price like basic stuff. That was when I just started doing hair. And for you to come up to somebody else and say something like that, it really got me thinking. And I mean, I had all kind of emotions running through my head at that moment, because I'm just like, yo, this is somebody that's never paid for my service. I do it for you for free. And you had the audacity to go to somebody else to tell them to let me reduce my price so somebody else can come and do. I say, you know what? I have customers. I have clients who are willing to pay my service. I know what I do. I know the time that I put into my work. And I'm not going to reduce my price because somebody want me to do braids for $50. Meanwhile, I do the braids for $80. You want me to, I mean, doing braids in the first place is just, I'm going to be standing on my feet, because I don't do one of those sit down and you sit down. No, I stand up on my feet. I'm standing up on my feet 6 to 8 hours doing your hair, and you want me to pay you, you want to pay me $50 to do that. I was just like, nah, you know, if you can't pay for my service, that's fine. Like, I really got pissed about that, but I was just like, you know what? I thank God for the people who actually do get my service and they pay for it. Because I'm like, you know what? I'd rather do it with those people who appreciate my work, who love what I do, and they're not, they don't mind paying for it. And it's sad, because it's like, it's mostly on, like, around Africans. If you go and tell, like, African American, yo, this is this price, they'll be like, okay. They really don't bargain on, like, the prices as much as us Africans we do. And that, at that point, I just said, you know what, I'm not gonna lower my prices for nobody, for no reason. There's certain times that I understand that, you know, things are hard. You talk to me. If I say $80 and you can't pay me $80, talk to me. I'm not just saying $80 and that's it. If you talk to me, it's like, yo, Bella, like, okay, I understand you said $80, but right now things are hard and I have this amount. Can you please do it for me? Not a problem. I'm gonna do it. Depending on how, depending on how you say it. But some people, they just come like, oh my goodness, oh my God, I can't pay for that. Then fine. This is not my stable job for now. So it's like I do it on my spare time.
What's an average price for braids?
People do braids, so like if you go to the salon, 180, 200.
180, and you charge them 80.
Depending, it's like it starts from like 100 up. Mm-hmm. Depending on how little or how big or how long you want it, it starts from like those prices. But then I feel like I was undercharging myself because I was doing it for fun. I was just doing it just to. I think about it like I go to work, I have my regular job. That will pay the bills. Let me just do this just for extra money so I can pay my phone bill, pay my car insurance or something. But then some people feel like because it's not something that you come to like the store, because you won't go to like a hair salon and try to bargain the price. You'll pay for it. So I look at it as this way. If I come to your store, let's say you work at Forever 21. And I come to Forever 21 and I see something, a T-shirt, and you're charging that T-shirt for $25, and I really want that T-shirt, I'm not going to be like, yo, can you reduce the price? Because you know they're not going to reduce the price. It's stuck to that price. But yet you will still pay for it. So why can't you pay for somebody's time and effort? Because all the stuff, somebody else made it in there just in the store, and you go and buy it. I actually stand on my feet. Sometimes I stand on my feet for so long that I get back pains, because it's like you're constantly like, sometimes I do back to back to back. It's like today I do hair. The next day when school's about to start, everybody wants to get braids done. And I'm just doing, I don't even sleep. But there are moments like that just makes me. ick. Like, it
I
really
mean,
does.
I feel like you shouldn't get worked up over it because, like I said, like somebody who's saying, "Oh, I want a Bentley," they walk into a Bentley car showroom. They know what they're gonna purchase, right?
Exactly.
And why bargain a price of a Bentley
But
when if
here's
you
the
walk
funny
into
part, though. They will come to you because they know you're, like, when they don't have the money, they'll come to you to come and do their hair because they know your price is like a little bit less. But then when they do have the money, they'll go to somebody else that charges more. And I've seen a couple of things like that. I'm like, hold up. When you come to me, every time you are asking for discount, but I know this other person, I know that they charge like way more than I do, and I know for sure you don't even know this person and they're not giving you no discount, but yet you went and did your hair over there. I'm like, huh. So you're sitting me now like your coco. You want to come and seriously, you want to come and rain on top of my head. I said, okay, you know what? Now I know. You live and you learn, and you. I mean, my cousin, she always tell me, she's like, "Doll, you need to put yourself, like, you need to put your foot down."
Yeah, you definitely.
Because I'm
need to
like
do
that one day. It's like, oh, okay, oh,
You got
okay.
that soft spot.
Oh, I do, and it's sad. Like it
Yeah.
sometimes it gets the best of you, and it's just people know you and they know how you are, and they're just like, yo, just go to Bella. She'll do it. Like, yeah.
Well, what was
Yeah.
the question again, though?
Now the question was, you know,
difficulties,
you
along the
know,
way.
you face, yeah, in your craft and how you came from them adversaries.
Okay. I guess it's like really getting people to like difficulties. Is like getting people to like support, like in the financial way. Also, because you know it takes money to do everything. Like starting from fresh.
Right.
Like what like a difficulty that I faced was, you know, when I was doing my Fontava brand, I was in the process of getting the brand patented and everything. So I had like specific deadlines to submit certain things, and I was like, my first time doing this, so you know, I was like trial and errors. Like if you don't meet a deadline, like they can extend it, but usually they like charge you a fee for, you know. So it really
who's
comes,
they?
huh?
Who's they?
U.S. Trademark. I forget what it's called. Like USPTO. It stands for something. Patented trademark.
So you're trying to get something patent.
Yeah. So you have certain deadlines to like submit certain things. So difficulties is like, you know, money. You know, because you have to use your paycheck and invest in what you're trying to do, and starting fresh and like people not knowing who you are or what you're doing. That's hard to, you know, really get money, people to invest in you, because you kind of like have to believe in what you're doing and like, you know, use your own money.
So who are those that you approach for investment?
My family always is very supportive. Like they always help out in any way. Like,
so who were you counting on that turned you like or disappointing you along the way?
Well,
say friends.
I have some people that do, you know, support, like, you know, everybody like supports verbally, like, oh yeah, that's a good idea, like, yo, that's nice. I mean, like, that's good. You know, they make you feel good. You know, if you really like, it pushes you and like, you know, it motivates you. So, but then when you do come through with what, you know, you said you were gonna do, it's kind of like that crowd is like not there anymore. You know, you gotta like find new crowds, and that's really what that's one of the, you know, difficulties, like finding new people and like networking and expanding, you know, your awareness of, you know, your product, whatever it is you're doing. So you just gotta like venture out.
So how have you navigated through that? Have you looked at it and said, okay, I think I need a new set of people outside of this set of people that I count on that always let me down?
I mean, I need on top of what I already have, because, you know, you got to have the good and the bad. You know, I'm not going to cut people off and, like, not see what other people are doing because they're not, you know, supporting me or looking at what I'm doing. Like, I look at that as, okay, you can act like you don't see what I'm doing, but I'm still going to do it and I'm put it out there. I'm, you know, show you that I am still doing it, like with or without your support.
I like what you just say. You could act like you don't see what I'm doing, but I know you're looking at what I'm doing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So like, you just gotta like just believe in yourself, keep doing it. And I do have some good people like my mentor, like I meet with him like almost 3 times a month or something. Like he gives me very good advice. He gives me books like I could read on to like gain insights on stuff. And there are also a few friends that this hat I'm wearing on was the very first Fontava hat that I made, and this was my first logo design that I had the idea. She actually came up with. She did it on like Photoshop, and like she came up with it. So like I'm keeping this as like like a little trophy. Like this is where it all started. So I had like a bunch of hats, and starting off, you gotta like give out some free stuff. Like I gave out some free stuff. Some friends I knew, like close friends, actually bought hats, which like I'll never forget. Like I really appreciate. So those people, like I feel like are the people that would tell you if something is not like good, if they don't like it outside of the family. They'll tell you, like they give me honest feedback, and like and because they honestly like they don't mind spending the money, so they want to spend money on something that they like.
Yeah,
so the people the people that get stuff for free, they always want to take stuff for free and take, but they don't value it as much as when if they spend their own money on it. So it's like if you keep giving out for free, they'll rock it for like a day or two, like, and then after that it's like whatever. The interest gone, interest lost. So like it's kind of like you gotta like be very repetitive. You gotta like keep having new merchandise and putting new stuff, cool stuff out there, and it all like boils down to like money. You gotta like.
You mentioned that your mentor gives you books and stuff like that. Out of all the books, what are your top 3?
Well, I have one how to write a successful business plan. Okay. Well, I haven't read it all to the end, but like it's kind of like I read it as I'm going along, like where I'm at. So like, I get insights on like what to do, where I'm at in like real life. And I met up with him like last week, and I was telling him like what I've been up to. Like I was in some debt, really. Like I don't know how I owed the state money, but I did, and from taxes, and like I was always putting that off. Like I'm paid off. So like finally paid it off, and like I just started like really started doing things that I always had in my mind like I need to do, but I just kept pushing it off, and like just procrastinating like every time. Like so. Like I'm just knocking them off the list, like one by one, little by little, and it makes me feel lighter. Like somehow, like when you just get something out the way, it's like you just like feel good, like you just feel free a little bit more. Like
start walking with a bounce to you.
Yeah, all these thoughts on your head and all this, cloud in your head is just weighing you down. So like the more you just do, and like you just kind of have to like just
you feel
stay
light.
Yeah, like
sense of relief.
Stay on your don't do something that you can't like handle. Like stay on.
According to your side.
Cut your losses. Like
chew before you swallow.
So
they say if your blanket is short, just bend your legs.
Yeah, bro.
Man, that's some pretty deep insights, though.
Like you tell us.
With me, honestly, I think we are like our own biggest what's the word? We're our own biggest competitor. You have a lot of self-doubt in yourself. There's thousands and millions of people that, we're all like, there's this part in my bio on my website where I talked about like how everything was just daydream. I dreamt about doing this. It's just, we all have ideas of what we want to do, but it's just that taking that action and doing it and stuff. So that was my biggest thing, was just starting. It was just starting it. I always daydream about like having a shop somewhere, and like just like when I'm sleeping, I'm just like, they say, your imagination, your brain is your biggest whatever. Just imagine what you want, to the whole mental I don't know how to explain it, but just imagine what you want in life and you will get it and stuff like that. So I did a lot of daydreaming, you know, just like dreaming about, oh, one day starting this, dreaming about what I want to do with it. But it's like I spend more time daydreaming about it than actually doing it. So that was my biggest part. It's just like self-doubt. There's a lot of self-doubt. Like you feel like, oh, it's not going to be this. Or you feel like it's going to be so big, but then it's not. Also starting it, I felt like I was going to do a lot better than I started doing it. You know, you don't really picture yourself with the struggles. Maybe you can go a whole month and you don't have sales and stuff like that. It's just finding that reason to keep doing it. I mean, that's the one thing I'm so blessed is that I like doing it. So even if somebody doesn't order, you know, I'm not going to be like, okay, yeah, there goes. I'm not, okay, that's done. Let me try something else. No, I'm going to find out, like, I'll look through what were people looking at more. Why aren't people, like, buying stuff more? And then, like, also I look in, like, YouTube is, like, my number one thing. There's, like, so much you can learn from YouTube. There's, like, all these entrepreneurs. It's like, listen, but don't go over your head and like don't get stuck in what they're saying. I mean, most of the times you just like, you know, when you watch a movie, maybe it's a fighting movie, and you just feel like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna fight. You know, I got that. And then you wake up the next day and you're like, oh, it's gone. It's something like that.
Yeah.
So you always have to find that spark, that reason to keep pushing and pushing. I think that's also been like, that's something that I'm proud of myself, that there are moments where you just want to quit. You don't want to do it. Maybe, oh, this is that. But then I'm like, you have to start from somewhere. You know, I think it's the struggle that's making me wanting to keep going and keep going and keep going. And I am so blessed that it didn't explode. Like, I feel like this day more people are getting like, maybe somebody puts a video on YouTube and then it just explodes. And they don't really get to like, feel all that little struggle. You learn a lot from the struggle. There's this guy, I don't know his last name, is Gary something. He's like this huge entrepreneur. I don't know his last name, but he's just talk like, just enjoy the struggle. You know, you gotta enjoy it. That's something that I'm like trying to enjoy. I mean, it's not the best kind of enjoyment ever, but it's just, I know I'm gonna like,
it makes you appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. So
during the good times, you definitely gonna appreciate it more because you're like, wow, like
Yeah,
I've been through.
There's times in my life where I had a future goal like that I'm trying to reach, but when I reached that goal, like I remember when I was trying to reach that goal, that was so much more satisfying than when I actually got to where I was trying to be at. It's like you gotta like enjoy the process of whatever it is you're doing, like. Because sometimes when you get to like your finished stage or like where your destination, you're gonna look back and like the people you had, you know, in your life when you were trying to get to where you're at, and like, you know what, like those were the better times. Like then where I'm at right now, it's kind of like you know, like it's not what I was expecting.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly.
That's really
that
true.
fulfillment is not. It's like, wow, this is it. Like,
Yeah, you know, yeah.
fuck, man.
So, for the next 3 years, right? Where do you guys see yourselves in the next 3 years?
three to five,
3 to 5 years.
three to 5 years.
Like what he always say, he says this one thing.
bro,
that
we're
is
gonna
like,
eat. We're gonna eat, bro. We're gonna eat.
We're gonna eat, definitely though. In 3 years, like you know,
So
So that's
definitely-
become like our own little jokes. It's like
When you get
it's
some
like
money.
when somebody sends something and it's really nice, we just like
gonna
we're gonna
eat.
eat, man. We're gonna eat. So it's like, yeah. I mean, I'm so blessed to have them because it's like I keep trying to do better. And one thing about them is like they're pretty much reserved. Like they don't talk as much. They won't go out there to put themselves out. So when they send me something, first thing I do is like I post, I share, and I'm like, yo, I'm all up in WhatsApp. Like check out my sister's website, check out my this. But then when she makes it, she doesn't do anything about it. She just lets it, like she will send it to us, and I'm like, yeah,
Nah, you-
I'm
you-
glad
you
that,
gotta
you
put
know,
it
Yeah,
out there.
I know.
Push
No,
it
it's
out.
the
I'm
whole-
very happy that you send it to
And
us.
you got to get out
Yeah.
there and network too.
Yeah, honestly, it's the whole social media thing. Like, I've always tried to keep my Instagram. I'm like never on Facebook or stuff. I've always tried to just keep in my life, and like I see it as like a picture book of like just looking back in your life and stuff. So I've always tried to keep it just like myself, like just my personal things that I want to remember and stuff. I've not been like more of the kind of like promoting person, like to just put stuff out, which is something
you
that
can have separate accounts. Though.
Yeah,
you
no,
can have
I
your
do. I
personal-
do. Right now, I do have
I'm
my
on
like
her.
I have my
I'm on her
personal
with that.
page,
I'm
and then I
just
have
like,
my
yeah.
store page.
Yeah.
But it's just you just have to kind of be that person that is like. But I'm learning to be that person. I think that's always been my thing with like the whole Facebook thing. I was just like, yeah, I don't do Facebook, I don't do that. But I'm like, if you want to do something, you have to put yourself in uncomfortable situation. You can't always be comfortable and thinking you're gonna make it and stuff like that. So it's something that I'm trying to break. So my Instagram, I'm trying to like. There are moments when I'm like trying to post every day because you're at least supposed to post like 1 to 3 days. But then it's like, okay, I'll post one day and then the next day I'll post something, and then it's like it's not as constant as I would like it to be. But it's something that I'm working on. You know, I know most definitely that those are my weak points, and it's not about putting in good content because I'm like really picky about like what I want to put out. It's not about the content thing. It's just more about the posting of the content thing. So that's something that I'm like trying to work more on, just like posting more and stuff like that, letting more people out.
Well, wish we had more time. You know.
No. Well, tell how you want to eat in 3 to 5 years, man.
I want to eat with a
We're
fork
gonna
and a
eat.
knife. That's how I want to eat.
Nah, but like definitely we are. I feel like we are definitely making the right steps, making the right moves in getting towards where we're trying to get at. You can have $1 million idea, but unless you put it to use and start doing it, it's not gonna be anything but $1 million idea. You never know unless like you go out there and you try it. So us actually being out here doing something for ourselves and our families, and like trying to actually pursue like what we believe in, like I think that by itself is just enough for me to say it's like, all right, we're gonna eat,
Yeah, because
So-
at first we were trying to do stuff all to our own self. Like I'll do my own stuff, he'll do his own, and we never really brought our ideas to each other. It's just like okay, I'm doing this. This is what I'm doing. But then now that we start to bring ideas to each other, it's like we're growing even more. Because I remember when you just started this stuff, you had hit me up, but I wanted like something, like a foundation for us to come here, because I'm not just gonna come here and just talk. At least now we have like a website that after we're done, we can tell people to like go on her website and see stuff. So that's why I didn't even like, he had hit me up a long time ago when you guys.
He told me about it.
Yeah, like when you
told
guys
me about
actually just started. But I was just like,
That was
Yeah.
good thinking. That was good thinking.
no, because I mean, this is your stuff too. I don't just want to come here and say like
Waste
just give
people's
just
time.
waste your
'Cause
time
that's
and like
the
have
most
nothing for
valuable.
you to
You
show.
can't cheat time.
But like
Time is-
I want that if you come on here, they go on your website, they go on your page and stuff like that, they'll be like, oh, these people are actually saying something that we can relate to, and
You got something
now
to show.
more people, you have something to show,
Right.
something good to show. So I wasn't just blasting you, but
That's good. That's good. You clear that
I've
up.
been knowing him for like a longest time, so he know me. Like when he said it, I've been telling them about this for like the longest time, and I'm gonna bring my cousin over here too because he does some stuff. I mean, my family we're big. We're big, but like we have a lot of.
She means like literally big,
Like,
not
we're
like
big.
famous
we're
kind of
huge.
big.
No, soon to get there.
But y'all gonna get there though. Y'all gonna get
No,
there.
we are putting Fontava on the map. You know, Bangwa 99.9 cents. We're gonna be there. We're gonna eat.
I was like, y'all have to be from Bangwa.
Oh no, we're Bangwa. Yes, Bangwa 99.
Yeah, before we close out, we have a big announcement. The people that follow us on social media, y'all probably seen it. We're collabing with Lecky Like. You know what I mean? The merch stuck in the middle. We got some shirts in there. It's great. I would greatly appreciate it if our fans purchase that and probably like throw it up on social media, man. Show us some love, yo. You know what I mean? Show some. You know what I mean? Go on there.
in the middle with us.
This design design is just dope.
Yeah, I like the idea.
it.
Because honestly, I always feel like I'm stuck in the middle between. Yeah.
Yeah, AQ.
Yo, this when I saw that, I was like, ooh, get him.
Shout out to A Kill, man. He,
A-Kill,
he came up with that dope design right
So
there.
yeah, if our viewers, our listeners, if y'all could go to LakeyLike.com, you know what I mean, you see Stuck in the Middle merch on there, and hey, if your pocket's that deep, man, why not get some Lakey Like shirts as well? You know
They're
what
really
I mean?
dope.
All
L-E-K-E.
up.
Spelled
They're
right.
really dope.
LEKELIKE.com.
Yeah.
So LEKE,
We're
then
definitely
like
gonna put the
.com.
link on the bio.
Yeah,
for
we
this
got
episode.
dope colors on there, so don't say why they don't have pink, why they don't have blue. Now we
No, you can
got
order
it.
all
any
kinds
for
of
it.
colors. Yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all, man, y'all let the people know how to reach you on social.
My Instagram is Bella Naija 1.
Hey.
I have a couple of pages. I have the
Naija.
Bella Maella hair for my hair page, and then I have the Fontava bow tie for my bow tie page. But the one I'm on most of the time is Bella Naija 1. No, they all have DMs. I mean, like you can
original
slide,
DM.
Well, you can slide on my DM right there, Bella Naija. I'm mostly on that one most of the time. But if somebody send me something, it will pop up on my phone. So I always get it done.
Gotcha.
Yes.
And you can find me on Instagram. For my personal page is T_Titan1. That's T_Titan1. And for my brand is Fontava, FONTAVA_5, Fontava 5. And it's the same username on just about every other social media.
And as for me, my personal page is Like, LIKELEKE. And then for my store, it's Like Store. So just put a store under that, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I want to thank you guys for having
Yeah,
us.
thanks a
man,
lot.
pleasure. We appreciate y'all coming through, shining the lights on your various talents.
Don't forget to go to LakeyLike.com for the merch, Stuck in the Middle merch, and Lakey Like merch as well. You're stuck in the middle.
And we out.
Yep.